How's everybody doing? My name's Mike, and I have Mr. Iron with us today. So he is 8 months old, which means he's actually not a puppy, and this is his first day here, so he doesn't know anything yet. And they believe the breed is Pit Bull or Staffordshire Terrier. I believe this breed would be considered an XL Bully, American Bully, which is different than a Staffordshire Terrier or a Pit Bull. So I believe the dog is an XL Bully, which would be the same dog that I have actually. He's just a little thicker, beautiful dog. So what we're doing today with him, as you can see, he doesn't know anything on the leash. You know, he does what most dogs do with owners, and he tries to pull, and that's kind of how he gets places. So he's, you know, and he gets up on the furniture, and he's just kind of being dominant in the home. He's also an unaltered male. He is 8 months old. I always recommend that owners do not neuter the dog until they're at least 36 months old for hormone purposes, so the dog can develop properly. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start teaching the dog. The first thing I need him to start understanding so I can get anywhere with him, which is to listen to the leash. So like if I go this way with the leash, if he feels pressure, I want him to follow it. I don't want him to, come here buddy. I don't want him to pull against me. I want him to follow right with me. So he doesn't know that yet. Even like right now, as you see, he's just like pulling. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what I do with every single dog, which is I'm walking back and forth the opposite direction of the dog. When he gets to the end of the leash, he's going to feel a correction. So I time the correction perfectly. So right when I get to the end, he's going to feel a little pop. I'm going to be real sensitive with him because he's new, and I can kind of tell he's super sensitive. Even though he's a big, scary looking dog, that is not who he is. You know, he's a very friendly dog, and he's actually very sensitive, and he could start biting the leash if I'm too rough with him. So we're very sensitive with the dogs when we first get them, and we try to do it with the least amount of pressure as possible. But you must understand, this is an 80-pound dog that has learned how to pull, and he does a very good job at it. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and if I see him looking this way, I'm going to go ahead and walk this way. Good boy. So if he comes to me, I'm going to tell him good boy. Good boy. See, that's good. See, now we're also using a different collar. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come here, buddy. Good job. Good boy. So the owners were using, I believe, like a slip collar. But see, this is what we want. Good boy. Good boy. I want him to keep the leash loose. I don't want him pulling. Good boy. See, I'm telling him good boy because he's making the decision to turn before we get to the end. So if we get to the end of the leash, it's a little pop. Atta boy. Good boy. Good job. So they were using like a good boy, like a little slip lead. Good job, buddy. Come here, boy. That's a good boy. They were using like a slip lead with the dog, and what that's going to do is that's actually going to empower him to pull. If they're just using a regular slip lead, especially if you're not using even a choke chain with this dog, is not going to coerce this dog mentally to come with us. He absolutely needs, atta boy, good job. So this is his first day here, and I just got him fitted a training collar. Good boy. Fitted a training collar to him, and now a dog who was once pulling severely is now following me and has a loose leash. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Atta boy. So I got this is what we want from him. If he gets too excited, I'll just correct him with the leash. But this is the first step in teaching the dog what I want to do. So now that's going to be a tool for me throughout his entire training process. The dog understands if I tug you in a certain direction or give you pressure in a certain direction, just trust me and follow it, and I'll guide you. I'm also teaching him that I'm marking things. So you know, if he's whining, I'm telling him no and then giving him a correction. That's how he's going to learn the meaning of no. When we're out here and he follows me, I'm telling him good boy. Even when he's standing here with the leash loose, good boy, good job, Iron. I'm not petting him because it's going to be too much for him. He's too excited right now. So, you know, it did really good. That's all I'm going to do with him. I'm not going to put too much pressure on him. It's the first day. We'll do this a couple more times. And that will be really it for him. Like I said, that's the beginning of teaching the dog, hey man, we got to keep this leash loose. We can't use a training collar like this prong collar without it being loose. It cannot be tight. The dog cannot pull. And it's up to the human to teach the dog how to keep the leash loose. So that is the key things that most owners are missing when they first get a dog, and then the dog ends up pulling, which is, again, it's something that they don't want. They create it unknowingly. All right, real quick, I just wanted to add what I just did with Mr. Iron. It looked real simple. It looked like the dog just came with me. I have spent a few hours with him. We haven't done any training except for just me bringing him from my vehicle into the home and him being in my home and in his crate just for a few hours. The reason I'm getting this compliance with him is because most dog trainers will actually try to catch the bad behavior of the dog to try and show you a dramatic difference in the dog's behavior. Well, the owners will notice a dramatic difference in his behavior. The viewers won't necessarily, because you guys weren't there to witness how bad this dog pulls. And again, this is his first day. This dog has a tremendous pulling problem, okay? I mean, it is, I can't emphasize how bad it was. It doesn't really get much worse unless the owners would be on the ground hanging on. So I just wanted to add that. The dogs look very trained when they're with me. It's because I never ever have a time where I encourage them to act bad, even to film it, because my job is to get them behaving and rehabilitated as fast and as most efficiently as I can. And the best way for me to do that, unfortunately for the viewers, is I don't get to show the real bad behavior. But just trust me that this dog had a very, very severe pulling problem. But he did great today, and that's what we want from him. I don't want him to struggle in training. We want him to learn it quickly. I just wanted to add that so viewers understand you know, what's happening.